Is your engine struggling to start or running so terribly that it feels completely sluggish on the road? You might be facing a dangerous lean fuel condition, indicated by the P02B2 trouble code. This generic diagnostic trouble code applies to all gasoline OBD2 vehicles. When this code is stored, it means the powertrain control module has detected an extremely lean condition, specifically in cylinder number 7. The engine computer constantly monitors the air and fuel ratio using oxygen sensors and adjusts the fuel injector pulse to deliver more or less gas. This adjustment is called fuel trim. Normally, fuel trim fluctuates between 0 and 10%. But if the engine is running dangerously lean, meaning there is too much air and not enough gas, the computer will push the fuel trim to its maximum positive limit, usually around 25%, to try and save the engine. When it hits this absolute limit on cylinder number 7, it triggers the code. Symptoms are usually severe and include heavily diminished engine performance, delayed engine startup, and the presence of other lean exhaust or misfire codes. The common causes for this issue include a leaking or clogged fuel injector on cylinder 7, a failing fuel pump, a bad mass airflow sensor, or a faulty oxygen sensor. However, engine vacuum leaks are a very frequent culprit, especially around the positive crankcase ventilation hoses. To fix this, begin by opening the hood while the engine is running and listening carefully for any hissing sounds that indicate a vacuum leak. Inspect all plastic lines and rubber hoses for cracks, and check the edges of the intake manifold gasket. Next, look closely at the fuel injector for cylinder number 7. If it is visibly wet with gasoline, it has failed and is leaking. If there are no obvious visual clues, you will need to hook up a fuel pressure gauge to the fuel rail and compare the reading to your car manufacturer's specifications. If the pressure is low, you might have a clogged fuel filter or a dying fuel pump. You also need to verify that the injector is getting power and a ground pulse from the computer using a digital multimeter. Since a severely lean condition burns incredibly hot and can literally melt your engine pistons or destroy your catalytic converter, this is not a code you can ignore. If you cannot find a simple cracked vacuum hose, you should absolutely take your car to a professional mechanic immediately, as high-pressure fuel diagnostics require specialized tools and safety gear. Thanks for tuning in, and never ignore a fuel system warning.